Actually, it's out of concerns for your health that I wouldn't ask you to pick it up.
You don't know how tough I am. You realize that model, actually, there's a reality check. That model has a smaller rudder than my 826, and it's 32 ounces lighter than the sweeper. So I guess we could talk. We can negotiate some points of manhood here. And I have some really tough friends. Yeah, that looks great. Now, what actually happened here? What was the big deal? That just the glue came loose, or?
Pilot, man, I always glue and screw down my pilots to the cockpit floor. There's a blind mounting nut up in the pilot. And this time, when I built the airplane, the guy was sitting too low in the cockpit. So I decided to put him up on a spacer, but since the structure was new and not painted, I thought that get a good bind and it would be safe. So he was still screwed to a piece of plywood, but then the plywood was sitting on a couple of spacers, and the spacers tore the wood out of the cockpit floor. And so I just took the canopy off and did a whole new cockpit, and I made the pilot taller and screwed him, by God, to the cockpit floor now.
Yeah, it looks real nice.
Very nice.
Now that's a decal. Al, that's a decal up on the nose. The whirling. We were by your house last time.
The whirling dervish.
Whirling dervish of a. We got to get a close up of that.
Yeah, that's the Tasmanian devil.
That is exquisite.
Well, don't expect much. I only got 5 flights on it so far, and so I'm not taking many chances.
I wouldn't.
Not to not get a whole lot friendlier.
I wouldn't take any chances.
This is pretty.
Yeah, that looks great.
You know, Wendy, the real airplane has its competition history painted on one gear door and sponsors on the other. Check this out.
Oh, okay, hang on. He's got his no ego trip here. Well, let me read it for anybody that doesn't know. I can't read it through the camera.
1968 national qualifier.
Yeah. I'll try to record it, but I can't read it.
69, that's second
cool.
place.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You know, that adds so much more to the realism.
Yeah, from the distance though, it looks like what's on the.
You don't really know until you read it up. Yeah.
Yeah. There's 2 Walker trophies on there in bigger letters.
Just slightly bigger. Those stencils, decals.
They're both.
Now see, there's logic to my madness. I don't have to put all my Walker wins on it. I save all that money on decals. I love the spinner. That worked out great.
Well, that was another mess. When I put the 91 in there wasn't any way to. I shoved it all the way back as far as I could, and still it stuck out the front too far.
Oh, okay. You had to make a spacer for it, like a.
No, actually, this is a forcing cone and everything. $100 machining. One big piece. God! Once you put it on there, you can't get it off.
Oh, geez.
And so, then.
Boy, it's a good thing you got a lot of money.
Then I had to put a door to get the engine in and out.
Now that's a new 91, right? That's a brandy new. Well, I'm saying it isn't the one I gave you.
No.
Okay, and the exhaust comes
I love
out
the
over
way you
here.
made your inclines so that it looks like real metal.
It does.
I keep hearing stuff going click, click in the wingtip.
Sound the tip weight loose?
No.
Yeah, there's something loose out there. Maybe another pilot? You got a girlfriend? You open up the hatch and a pilot comes out? The cockpit looks outstanding. I mean, even for people that are anti, you know, they don't want to see that rear cockpit look. That is great.
The fin, the stabilizer, and the hip on the fuselage are all blending into one. It is clean. It is neat.
Well, thank you.
And that is
you know what
really
it is?
well
What it is that I see, it's a real good, right away, it's the critical mass. Wherever you've cheated, it doesn't matter because you got away with it.
Yeah.
You know, it isn't like, you know, some things are like, That is cool. The spinner is what makes it.
It's not a lawn dart made to look like.
If you put a less scale spinner on it, that'd really ruin it. That scale, that's giving you a lot. That spinner, that is really cool. Now I've got my camera and I got a full chip, so we can do some. The end of the flying day, get some real nice pictures.
Okay.
You got a clean shirt, like a red shirt or something you want to be in a picture with?
No, I got nothing but white shirts. I'm just trying. I've got very fair skin. I can't,
White always makes you look fatter than you are, though. You got
I can't stand a lot of heat.
So it's be fat or hot. Take your pick.
There you go.
I have to make that decision every day, and it's both. I lose. That's nice.
I was telling Al about Joe Adamusco's Seafire.
Oh yeah.
What a job he did on that.
That is a piece of work, boy. That is a piece of work.
The problem that I have, one of the problems that I have right now, one, is that my spinner, my starter eats up the spinner. It's going to eat up the spinner, and there's no way to stop.
That's a hard to start by hand thing.
I've never started a 4-stroke by hand, and I'm not going to start now.
I got a first aid kit in the car. That's when I bought my first aid kit, when I started flipping a 91.
But anyway, I found a guy who has instead of 1.5 inch cones on the spinner, on the starter, they have 2 1/4 inch. And
For bigger engines?
Yeah, that'll reach way back on the spinner.
You get better leverage, yeah.
And so it got here in time, but the inserts haven't come yet. They're not coming to Dallas until tomorrow. So I'm going to wind up fucking up this spinner too.
Well, here's an idea though. Why can't you just take a spinner for flying it, and soon as, when you're going to do photo ops and stuff, put one on that's got a nice fresh coat of paint?
I've got one with me.
You're ahead of me. See,
ahead.
you and I come from the same school.
Way ahead of you.
The man is a legend.
That's the name of the game. One of the things I liked about the critical mass was the wing fillet.
Yes.
That's just the way it is on the airplane.
What wing fillet?
I think that's
where the wings. In fact, on the videos that I have, you were fooling around with making that.
Yeah, I think that's a cool fillet.
Yeah, that is cool.
I like how you have it, the crease that develops at the rear edge of the flap and just blends right in.
That's just the way the real airplane is.
Well, you found a thing on the real airplane that really ties it together. That's the thing you accent.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you've got a lovely machine too. So.
Well, mine's a lot easier to make.
Yeah.
I just hire less. I hire a professional. I need a motor, I hire Richard. Yeah, that's cool.
A couple of red airplanes.
Red's the color this year, red.
That is from, according to
I'm looking what they had combat out here last weekend.
Can you see the
I got
instruments?
a couple shots that.
Oh, I will.
Planes,
I will.
Real close, but
That's
you
just
can see one
silver.
Just get killed by the
I took a piece of tubing and I just put it in silver paint and stuck it on there.
This little sucker doesn't
Why go to a lot of
take
trouble?
pictures from far away.
I'm trying to get a shot like, you know how they have on the Reno Air Race videos where you bite a rudder? I don't want to touch your rudder with the camera though. That is definitely cool.
Well, it was easy and it's good enough for a semi-skilled stunt ship. But I gave him some charts so he can find Reno.
You should have given some shots so we can find Rutherford. The hell with Reno.
This is what all pilots do with their approach charts. They stick them up in the corner of the windshield.
Yeah.
So they can't reach.
Well, Joe Adamusco's got his stunt news in his. He's not paying attention while he's bombing Berlin or whatever he's doing. Now all these are little decals. I'm trying to get close to the decal. The oxygen refill.
The Tom Dwelly, those are decals, and everything else is stencils.
Okay. And this look, see, Rich, you're going to have to do something similar to this on the bent wing. See how he's got that?
Yeah.
Where you're going to need
he's
a
got-
horn at the split.
Yeah.
So we'll get some pictures of that with the close-up, how he did
Well,
it.
not only that, see, that gap closes when the
Oh,
flaps go
yeah.
up,
Oh, yeah.
and it widens when the flaps go down.
Same on a B-25. That's where you got polyhedral. That's a problem. Now, you got one horn and 2 lucky boxes? How did that work out?
No, I've got one horn and 2 pieces of U-shaped 1/8 inch wire.
Okay.
Okay.
One horn. Oh, the middle part is straight.
Yeah.
See, on a B-25, it's forward sweep all the way.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
No, there's one 1/8" horn in the middle, and this is an 1/8" wire here,
Okay.
and everything is glued. So there's no lucky boxes, no slop.
Okay. All right.
Probably makes the control stiff, but with 55 pounds of line tension, you don't really worry too much about stiff controls.
Well, you're going to fly this on 012s, right?
Actually all I brought was 008s. Don't you think that'll be enough?
Be fine.
Frankly,
Put my
no.
plane in the car and lock the doors.